Hello guys, welcome to a brand new episode of a Let's Play that I'm planning on doing for this channel for the original Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Now, I've been playing this game and the other games in the series for quite a while. There's like a few dozen, well not dozen, but almost a dozen games in the series. But anyway, this is a game by Capcom where you're a lawyer in the courtroom. It's made for the Nintendo DS and you are trying to expose witnesses and solve murders and find contradictions. It's actually a really fun game despite it being about a lawyer. So the games in the series, there's Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, which is the one I have right here. There's a sequel, Justice for All, another sequel, Trials and Tribulations. There's like another game that's like part of the main series but branching out called Apollo Justice. There's Phoenix Wright Dual Destinies for the 3DS, which is the fifth in the series, and the newest one, which is Spirit of Justice, is also in the 3DS, and it's number 6 in the series. And they also made a couple other games. They made a spin-off of for Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright. They had another spin-off where it was Miles Edgeworth, Ace Attorney Investigations, and the other game in the investigation series, which is Gyakuten Kenji 2, which unfortunately is Japanese only, though there is a Japanese fan translation for English that I actually really want to play on this channel, so if you want to see that, definitely like the video for some Gyakuten Kenji. But other than that, there's Dai Gyakuten Saibon, the Great Ace Attorney, which is, again, Japanese only, and I really doubt we're going to see in the West, unfortunately, due to copyright issues with Sherlock Holmes and just other stuff. But anyway, this is the original game, Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. It's a really good game, considered by a lot of people, including me. And I enjoyed it a lot, so I just figured I'd play it on this channel. So, let's get started. Episode 1, the first turnabout. Why me? I can't get caught. Not like this. I've got to find someone to pin this on. Someone like him. I'll make it look like he did it. August 3rd, 9:47 in the morning, District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. Boy, am I nervous. Right. Oh, hi, Chief. Phew, I'm glad I made it on time. Well, I have to say, Phoenix, I'm impressed. Not everyone takes on a murder trial right off the bat like this. It says a lot about you, and your client as well. Thanks. Actually, it's because I owe him a favor. Favor? You mean you knew the defendant before this case? Yes. Actually, I kind of owe my current job to him. He's one of the reasons I became an attorney. That's news to me. I want to help him. I want to help him out any way I can. I just really want to help him. I owe him that much. It's over. My life, everything. It's all over. Isn't that your client screaming over there? Yeah, that's him. Death, despair, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna die. It sounds like he wants to die. Yeah. Nick! Hey there, Larry. Dude, I'm so guilty, tell them I'm guilty. Give me the death sentence, I ain't afraid to die. What? What's wrong, Larry? Oh, it's all over. I'm finished. Finished. I can't live in a world without her, I can't. Who took her away from me, Nick? Who did this? Oh, Nick, you gotta tell me. Who took my baby away? The person responsible for your girlfriend's death? The newspapers say it was you. My name is Phoenix Wright. Here's the story. My first case is a fairly simple one. A young woman was killed in her apartment. The guy they arrested was the unlucky sap dating her. Larry Butts. My best friend since grade school. Our school had a saying, when something smells, it's usually the butts. In the 23 years I've known him, it's usually been true. He has a knack for getting himself in trouble. One thing I can say, though, it's usually not his fault. He just has terrible luck. But I know better than anyone that he's a good guy at heart. That, and I owe him one, which is why I took the case to clear his name. And that's just what I'm going to do. August 3rd, 10 a.m., District Court, Courtroom number 2. The court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Larry Butts. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, this is your first trial, is it not? Yes, Your Honor. I'm a little nervous. Your conduct during this trial will decide the fate of your client. Murder is a serious charge. For your client's sake, I hope you can control your nerves. Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, given the circumstances, I think we should have a test to ascertain your readiness. Yes, Your Honor. Hand shaking, eyesight fading. The test will consist of a few simple questions. Answer them clearly and concisely. Please state the name of the defendant in this case. Well, that would be Larry Butts. The defendant? Well, that's Larry Butts, Your Honor. Correct. Just keep your wits about you and you'll do fine. Next question. This is a murder trial. Tell me, what's the victim's name? Phew, I know this one. Glad I read the case report cover to cover so many times. It's... Wait. Uh-oh. No way, I forgot. I'm drawing a total blank here. Phoenix, are you absolutely sure you're up to this? You don't even know the victim's name. Oh, the victim. Of course I know the victim's name. I, just forgot. Temporarily. I think I feel a migraine coming on. Look, the defendant's name is listed in the court record. Just touch the court record button to check it at any time, okay? Which you can do by pressing R. Attorney's bag and Cindy's autopsy report. If you go to profiles, Mia, Larry, Cindy Stone, and Winston Payne, the prosecutor. Remember to check it often. Do it for me, please. I'm begging you. Let's hear your answer. Who was the victim in this case? Cinderblock, Mia Faye, and Cindy Stone. So yes, the defendant is not the defendant. Derp. The victim is Cindy Stone. The victim's name is Cindy Stone. Correct. Now, tell me what was the cause of death. She died because she was... If you go to look at the court record... Time of death. Cause of death. Loss of blood due to blunt trauma. Hit with a blunt object. She was struck once by a blunt object. Correct. You've answered all my questions. I see no reason why we shouldn't proceed. You seem much more relaxed, Mr. Wright. Good for you. Thank you, Your Honor. Because I don't feel relaxed, that's for sure. Well then. First, a question for the prosecution. Mr. Payne? Yes, Your Honor. As Mr. Wright just told us, the victim was struck with a blunt object. Could you explain to the court just what that object was? The murder weapon was this statue of the thinker. It was found lying on the floor next to the victim. I see, the court accepts it into evidence. Statue added to the court record. Right. Be sure to pay attention to any evidence added during our trial. That evidence is the only ammunition we have in court. Touch the court record button to check the court record frequently. Yep. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its first witness. The prosecution calls the defendant, Mr. Butts, to the stand. Chief, what do I do now? Pay attention. You don't want to miss any information that might help your client's case. You'll get your chance to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready. Let's just hope he doesn't say anything unfortunate. Uh-oh. Larry gets excited easily. This could be bad. Ahem. Mr. Butts, is it not true that the victim had recently dumped you? Hey, watch it, buddy. We were great together. We were Romeo and Juliet, Cleopatra and Mark Anthony. Didn't they all die? I wasn't dumped. She wasn't taking my phone calls or seeing me. Ever. What's it to you anyway? Mr. Butts, what you describe is generally what we mean by dumped. In fact, she had completely abandoned you and was seeing other men. She had just returned from overseas with one of them the day before the murder. What do you mean, one of them? Lies! All of it lies! I don't believe a word of it! Your Honor, the victim's passport. According to this, she was in Paris until the day before she died. Alright, we got the passport and the court record. Indeed, she appears to have returned the day before the murder. Dude, no way. The victim was a model, but did not have a large income. It appears she had several sugar daddies. Daddies? Sugar? Yes, older men who gave her money and gifts. She took their money and used it to support her lifestyle. Dude! We can clearly see what kind of woman this Miss Stone was. Tell me, Mr. Butts, what do you think of her now? Right. I don't think you wanted to answer that question. Yeah, Larry has a way of running his mouth in all the wrong directions. Should I? Might be better not to get involved in this one. Well, Mr. Butts? Dude, no way! That cheating she-dog! I'm gonna die. I'm just gonna drop dead. Yeah, and when I meet her in the afterlife, I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. Let's continue with the trial, shall we? I need to work on the voices. I believe the accused's motive is clear to everyone. Yes, quite. Oh boy, this is so not looking good. Next question. You went to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder, did you not? Well, did you or did you not? Well, maybe I did and maybe I didn't. Uh-oh, he went. What do I do? Let's just say, have him answer honestly. I know. I'll send him a signal. Tell the truth. Yeah, I was there. I went. Order! Well, Mr. Butts? Dude, chill. She wasn't home, man. So I didn't see her. Your Honor, the defendant is lying. Lying? The prosecution would like to call a witness who can prove Mr. Butts is lying. Well, that simplifies matters. Who's your witness? The man who found the victim's body, just before making the gruesome discovery. He saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime. Order! Order in the court! Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its witness. Yes, Your Honor. This is bad. On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building. Please bring Mr. Frank Sahwit to the stand. Mr. Sahwit, you sell newspaper subscriptions, is this correct? Oh yes, newspapers, yes. Mr. Sahwit, you may proceed with your testimony. Please tell the court what you saw on the day of the murder. So yes, we had the witness testimony. This is Phoenix Wright. This is what you do in Phoenix Wright. At least in the court part, because this is the court part. First of all, we have the witness's account. I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment, and then I saw her lying there, a woman, not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. The man who ran was, without a doubt, the defendant sitting right over there. So we have heard his testimony. We have heard his testimony, and now we have to pick it apart. Larry, Why didn't you tell the truth? I can't defend you against a testimony like that. Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working? Your Honor, at the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building. Aren't phones supposed to work during a blackout? Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones do not function normally. The phone that Mr. Sahwit used was one of those. I'm just gonna give him a lisp. Your Honor, I have a record of the blackout for your perusal. Alright, we got the blackout record. Now, Mr. Wright. Yes, yes, Your Honor. You may begin your cross-examination. Cross-examination, Your Honor? Alright, Wright, this is it. The real deal. The music in this game is so good. What exactly am I supposed to do? Why, you exposed the lies in the testimony the witness just gave. Lies? What? He was lying? Your client is innocent, right? And that witness must have lied in his testimony. Or is your client really guilty? How do I prove he's not? You hold the key. It's in the evidence. Compare the witness's testimony to the evidence at hand. There's bound to be a contradiction in there. First, find contradictions between the court record and the witness's testimony. Then, once you've found the contradicting evidence, present it and rub it in the witness's face. Okay. Touch the court record button and point out the contradictions in the testimony. Cross-examination. Witness's account. I was going door to door selling... Okay, so yes. As you can see, up in the top right, we have 5 question marks. And these basically represent our lives. If we mess up, then it will take away one of our lives. And if we lose all 5, the case is over on the spot. And our witness is declared guilty on the spot. So, I was going door to door selling... Okay, I'm not going to read all this. So... He left the door half open. Yeah, we've already read all this because that was in his testimony. So you basically get to reread through the testimony. And the phone in her apartment wasn't working. He went to a nearby park, found the public phone, and he says he remembers the time exactly, 1:00 p.m. So yes, remember this. This is going to be important. The man who ran was without a doubt the defendant. Yes. And once you get to the end of the once you reread the testimony over, you'll basically get to recall what's going on and figure out what to do next. That's all of it. There must be a contradiction in there somewhere. Examine the court record button if something strikes you as being suspicious. Then, find the evidence that contradicts his testimony and present it to him. So yes, let's take a look at our evidence. We have our attorney's badge, quite obvious. Cindy's autopsy report. Statue. Passport, and the blackout record. So I told you to keep in mind the statement where he says he must be in a hurry. Yeah, thinking it's strange, he looked inside the apartment. Let's keep going. He says he remembers. Well, the other things we can do is we can press the witness for more information. 1 p.m. Are you certain? Yes, absolutely certain. He seems really confident. 1 p.m.? Right. Doesn't that seem strange to you? Present some evidence to contradict him. So yes, that seems a little fishy, because if we look at our evidence, time of death was 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. So, present it. Found the body at 1 p.m. You're sure? Yes, it was 1 p.m. for certain. Frankly, I find that hard to believe. Oh, this objection theme is amazing. This plays whenever, like, it's at times when you object to and find the contradiction. I'm just gonna shut up for a second so you guys can hear it. So yes, that is the objection theme for this game. Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. The autopsy notes the time of death at sometime after 4 p.m. There was no body to find at 1 p.m. How do you explain this 3-hour gap? That... Oh, This is trivial. The witness merely... Oh, sorry. This is trivial. The witness merely forgot the time. After his testimony, I find that hard to believe. Mr. Sahwit, why were you so certain that you found the body at 1 p.m.? Gee, that's a really good question. Great job, Wright. Way to put him on the spot. That's all you have to do. Point out contradictions. Lies always beget more lies. See through one and their whole story falls apart. Wait! I remember now. Would you care to give your testimony again? Time of discovery. You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a video of a tape program. That's why I thought it was 1. Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding. Yeah, this dude looks suspicious. I see. You heard a voice saying the time on a taped program. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Right. You know what to do. I've got this one. Cross-examination, the time of discovery. Alright, so let's see what Mia has to say to us once we reread the testimony. You're not fooling anyone, Mr. Sahwit. Notice anything suspicious? A little, yes. If we take a look at our evidence, we don't seem to have anything, but we do have the blackout record. He says it was out from noon to 6 p.m. So... she must have been watching a video of a tape program. I don't think so. So if we go to present... One of the cool things about this game is it has microphone recognition. So if we hold down the Y button, we can actually do this. So I'm just going to try this a couple times. Objection! Objection! Doesn't seem to be working. Objection! That's funny. Objection! Okay, I give up. I'm done. Okay. I'm done making myself look like an idiot. Objection! Yeah, let's present it. Hold it right there. The prosecution has said there was a blackout at the time of the discovery. And this record proves it. You couldn't have heard a television or a video. Yeah. The defense has a point. Do you have an explanation for this, Mr. Sahwit? No, I find it quite puzzling myself. Quite. Wait, I remember now. Mr. Sahwit, the court would prefer to hear an accurate testimony from the very beginning. These constant corrections are harming your credibility. That you seem rather distraught. My apologies, Your Honor. It must have been the shock of finding the body. Very well, Mr. Sahwit. Let's hear your testimony once more, please. Witness testimony. Hearing the time. Actually, I didn't hear the time. I saw it. Get it? Saw it? There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. That must have been what I saw. You saw a clock? I guess that would explain it. The defense may cross-examine the witness. Gladly. Hearing the time. Ooh, and that changes the cross-examination tempo. This proves that we are on to him. Alright, so let's see what pointers we have, because whenever we reread the testimony, it'll give us a pointer. Now, find the contradiction. Not much. He didn't hear the time. He saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. That must have been what I saw. The murder weapon, huh? Present. Well, statue. A statue of the thinker. Cindy's autopsy report. He says the murder weapon. that the murder weapon was a table clock. I'm sorry, but I don't think that this is a table clock, do you? Objection! Wait just a moment. The murder weapon wasn't a clock. It was a statue. Now how is this supposed to be a clock? Now this is probably my favorite track in the game. You with your objections and your evidence. Just who do you think you are? Just answer the question, Mr. Sahwit. The theme is called Cornered. It is so good. It basically plays when you really are onto them, and you've pointed out numerous contradictions. You're onto them like a shark, and they are not going to be surviving. Hey, I saw it there, okay? That's a clock. Your Honor, if I may. Yes, Mr. Payne? As the witness stated, this statue is indeed a clock. The neck is a switch. You just tilt it and it says the time out loud. As it doesn't look like a clock, I submit it as a statue. My apologies. I see. So the murder weapon was a table clock after all. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears that the witness's testimony was correct. This is a clock. Do you have any problems with this testimony? If you think about it, yeah, you kinda do. Your Honor, there's a gaping hole in the witness's testimony. The only way he could have known the weapon was a clock is to hold it in his hand. Yet the witness testified that he never entered the apartment. Clearly a contradiction. Indeed, the witness knew it was a clock because he went to the apartment. You're lying! You were inside the apartment on the day of the murder. Oh yeah? Prove it! Prove I went in there! I'll do better than that. I can prove you were the one who killed her. You struck her with the clock, and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice. That was the sound you heard. He's not coming out of this. Order in the court! Intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Sahwit, the sound must have left quite an impression on you. Understandable, since the murder weapon spoke just as you hit the victim. That voice was burned into your mind. That's why you were so certain about the time. What's the meaning of this? This is all baseless conjecture. Baseless? Oh my gosh, I accidentally did Payne's voice for Phoenix's. Oh my god. Just look at the witness's face. Would the witness care to elaborate? Did you strike the victim with the clock? That day, I never... Look, the clock, I saw... He threw the toupee in Phoenix's face. Shut up! I hate you! It was him, I tell you! I saw him! He killed her, and he should be burned! Burn! Give him death! Order in the court, I say. Your Honor, a moment, please. There isn't a thread of evidence supporting the defense's claims. Mr. Wright, Your Honor, you claim the sound the witness heard came from the clock. Do you have any evidence? The whole case is riding on this. I better think it through carefully. Yes, Your Honor. The sound Mr. Sahwit heard was definitely this clock. A fact is clear if you simply... Let's see. Try sounding the clock. Let's sound the clock now, here in this court. Your Honor, may I have the clock? Oh, did not mean to do that. I ask the court to listen very carefully. Beep. I think it's 8:25. Oh, yeah. Just gonna let you listen to this real quick and shut up. That certainly is a strange way to announce the time. Well, he is a thinker after all. So, we've heard the clock. What are your conclusions, Mr. Wright? Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is now? It's 11:25. Ack! you can see, this clock... I keep trying to give Payne's voice a... Oh, it sounded so stupid. As you can see, this clock is exactly 3 hours slow. Precisely the discrepancy between what Mr. Sahwit heard and the actual time of death. So, Mr. Sahwit, try to talk your way out of this one. You forgot one thing. Uh-oh, what's he talking about? While it may seem like that clock is running 3 hours slow, it proved nothing. How do you know it was running 3 hours slow on the day of the murder? If you can't prove that, you don't have a case. He's right. How am I going to prove that? Damn it, I was so close. Mr. Wright, it seems you lack the critical evidence to support your claim. Yes, Your Honor. This means I cannot let you in take the witness. Unfortunately. This ends the cross-examination of Mr. Frank Sahwit, and it also ends today's video. So yes, that was the first part of the first turnabout, which is the first case of Phoenix Wright. Sorry to leave you guys on a cliffhanger, but you know, we're pushing the episode time here. It's almost been 30 minutes. But anyway, this is going to be a pretty good Let's Play, I can already tell. I hope you guys enjoy it. Definitely destroy that like button. Can we hit 50 million likes? Hit 50 million likes and I will shave my head and eat a battery. Yeah, that's it. Trust me. I know what's going on. But anyway, that's all for today's episode. So definitely destroy that like button. 50 million likes and I will shave my head and eat a battery. Until then, that's all I have. Peace.